Muda is a Japanese term meaning wastefulness. Any process that consumes more resources than needed causes waste to occur, which in turn is non-value added. Other Japanese terms that highlight the types of waste are mura, which means unevenness, irregularity, or lack of uniformity, and muri, which means overburdened. So, what interrupts flow? Waste. Waste is defined as anything that does not add value to a product or service. These activities should be removed, simplified, reduced, or integrated. Here are our 8 wastes that we have identified. The first one is transportation. This is unnecessary movements of products and materials. An example of this would be moving patients between floors for testing, or moving supplies from one place to another. Next, we have inventory, which is an excess in products and materials that are not being processed. So many times we purchase extra supplies and we stock them. When we have extra supplies, they end up expiring, which is a huge waste. The next one would be motion. This is unnecessary movements by people. An example, walking. So when we are walking to search for charts or supplies or paperwork, all of these result in extra motion. Next, we have waiting. Wasted time waiting for the next step in a process to occur. So this could look like staff waiting for medications, patients waiting to be seen by a physician, or even staff waiting on an email response. Next, we have overprocessing, which is unnecessary processing, steps or work elements or procedures. An example of overprocessing is asking patients the same questions multiple times and having multiple providers document the same things in patient charts. Then we have overproduction, and this is production that is more than is needed or before it is needed. An example of this would be drawing a rainbow set of labs on a patient. This is often unnecessary and it wastes patients' blood, the blood tubes, and labs' time to run the test. And then we have defects. This is efforts caused by rework, scrap, and incorrect information. Defects are really any errors that travel down the line. So an example of this would be patient billing. The final waste identified is talent, and according to Dr. Deming, the greatest waste is failure to use the abilities of people. Understanding that if we underutilize people's talent, skills, and knowledge, it results in staff dissatisfaction The importance of eliminating waste within our processes is really the ability to create value for our customers. Value is what the customer is willing to pay for. When we think of value, we need to understand from the customer's perspective what it is that they find valuable, what they are willing to pay for. Our customers really can be patients or even our coworkers that we work with every day. So, what creates value? Value is creating time. It is the work and actions that we do to transform the product or service we provide in a way that the customer is willing to pay for. An activity adds value if the patient is willing to pay for that activity. The activity is transformative, moving the product or service closer to what the patient wants, or the activity reduces risk and/or uncertainty in the product or process, as well as the activity is done right the first time. A key principle here is that the customer defines value, not the people producing the output.